Hello and welcome to my presentation. Today I will discuss my project title Sequence to Sequence with Attention for New Summarization. What is the purpose of this project is to focuses on building an abstractive summarization model using a sequence to sequence architecture with attention mechanism, and it's aimed to create the concise summaries of length news articles by teaching the models to focus on a relevant content. So this video will cover the approach, implementation, and finding of the project, and let's get started. So for this one is approach. We go to the dataset. The datasets contain new article paired with their summaries, and it was stored in a Packet file and require processing to clean the data, normalize text, and tokenize it into a sequence for the model training. And this is for the model design. The model architecture is based on the sequence to sequence with attention comprising. And first one is an encoder using GRU layer to process the input articles. Second, a Badenau style attention mechanism to focus on the most relevant section. And the third one is a decoder to generate the summary step by step. And for this metric, to evaluate the model performance, I use the Roche metric, which measure how well the generated summaries match the reference summaries. So now we move on to the coding part. So first of all, as you can see here, like I do the configuration first and then logging for the configuration. First of all, I load the data. I have like a 14 step for this one. And yeah, you can see here that I split the data first for 80% train, validation and test. And then second of all, I do the clean and prep. I clean everything and then handle the non-type and everything that I need to do. I need to handles. And then we move on to the, yeah, I need to move on to the tokenization for my third part. And for the fourth one, I do the encoding tags. This is what I do for the encoding tags. And then for the number five, I do the preparing decoder input and output, and do like a save the tokenizer, define the attention layer, as you can see here. And then what I do for after that, build the sequence to sequence model and do the encoder, decoder. This is a very crucial part and it's a little bit hard for me. And then I do the prepare of the subset for the step one, for one step, and then I do the train the model. After that, save the model, define the separate encoder, decoder model, and then do the inference of the function. As you can see here, it initialize the decoder and generate the summaries for the test set, and the last one is the Rouge evaluation, and then visualize the training history. And this part is optional, but we just do it. Yeah, so that's. So now we move on to the coding part. So first of all, as you can see, so now we move on to the implementation. So for the key step is the data processing. The text was cleaned, tokenized, and argumented with a special token like SOS and EOS to mark the sentence boundaries. And then we go to the second one, model construction. The encoder and decoder were built using the TensorFlow GRU layer with attention integrated to enhance the summarization processing. And for the third one is training, which the model was trained using the sparse categorical cross entropy as the loss function with the Adam as an optimizer. This is like the early stopping. The model checkpointing were used to optimize the performance. And for the inference pipeline, its separate encoder and decoder models were designed for inference, and the decoder generates summaries word by word, guided by attention of the score. So now as for finding, the result is like the model achieved the following average Rouge scores. As you can see here, this is the result that I get. For the Rouge one, we got this 0.0042 as a result. And then Rouge 2, we got 0.0. And Rouge L, we get this. This is what I get from the coding. So the score is indicate the summaries capture key content effectively for just now, and this one is the article that have been summarized, and this is the final scores that I get. So for the second part for findings is a visualization. So its training and validation loss curve show a steady decline and confirm that effective learning. And for the third one is challenge. What is the challenges? For me, like some limitation include the occasionally repetitive output and missed details, which are areas for the future improvement. So last but not least, the conclusion. This project demonstrates the potential of sequence-to-sequence model with attention for abstractive summarization, while the result of promising the future optimization is need to enhance the performance. Um, so basically, we have like a future direction if you want to do, which is the next step include the training the model for more efforts and using a larger data set and exploring advanced architecture like transformers to improve the accuracy. And yeah, that's all for me. Thank you for watching this presentation. If you have any question or feedback, feel free to reach out.